No. All right. We're recording now.
Oh, okay, good.
Well,
So I'm glad that Richie's racist rant didn't make it onto that. That's
I was
good.
just about to say something about that.
So yeah, that's we're all kinds of special tonight. So I don't know how this episode's going to turn out, but hopefully the same 10 to 11 people still listen to it.
I think we're up to like 15, so you watch yourself.
Hey, you know what? Hey, listen. Apologies to the extra 4 people that are listening. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the show. Stick with us. It only gets worse from here. So what are we gonna talk about today? I know, Tom, you're pissed off at some douchebag woodpecker.
Yeah, I'm going to open up. Well, I'm going to do 2 things here. I want to open up. I'm going to go back to something that you and I talked about many months ago. Did you get my share about an hour ago through Google?
Yeah, the wrestling themes.
Yeah.
Podcast?
So
Yeah.
we've talked about this before, and I just want to bring this up. So back in 2008, I recorded 6 half-hour episodes of a podcast that's just mostly wrestling theme music, but I do interject myself and discuss little either about the theme itself or wrestling that was going on at the time. It's kind of hard to listen to, but I'm going to chop some of that up, or Bob, you can chop some of that up, and we're going to make fun of myself at some point because it's good stuff. What I discovered this evening was that I apparently recorded a 7th episode back in 2011, and I started listening to that, and it's tough to listen to yourself back that many years ago. So I don't know, I want to chop that up and have some fun with it. But then yesterday, I've got a good one for you. So do you guys remember Matt Hutchinson?
Yes.
Okay. So
there were two Matt Hutchinsons. So there was the one that we're friends with, and then there was a Matt Hutchinson that went to high school with Richie and I. So,
okay, yeah. So Matt Hutchinson, the gambler.
I don't know that Richie. I know you met him, but I don't think he probably made too much of an impression on you.
Okay.
So I get a story to share because I had a Matt Hutchinson moment yesterday, and this is where I'll start going on my little tangent here. So Matt Hutchinson always told this great story about how him and his dad used to go to the Woodbury Heights McDonald's, which is where he worked for a little bit, to go have breakfast on Sunday mornings. And best thing was they're having breakfast, and all of a sudden there's like this massive commotion of people by a window, and they're looking at a car that's on fire. And Matt Hutchinson makes the comment, is like, there's some asshole's car's on fire. And he goes and looks by the window. He's like, hey, that's my car. So I get up yesterday, and then I go outside, and it's just getting light outside. And I look over I live on a corner lot, and I look over to the right of me, and I was like, why is there a tree blocking half the road? And I was like, damn it, that's my tree. And so yeah, that was my Matt Hutchinson moment. And I so I proceeded to spend the next hour just chopping it up, just trying to get it out of the road. So we started investigating the tree, and it's a Bradford pear tree. I don't know if anyone's familiar with those. They're just it's like low quality tree. It's just, they're not very hardy, and ours are at the end of their life cycle. So we also had a woodpecker decide to go to town on the stupid tree over the course of God knows how long. And it looks like just, blanket of shotgun holes in the tree. It's insane. And it's I'm not a fan of birds right now.
So what I'm hearing is you had a pecker in your tree.
I did.
I had a woodpecker attack my liner in my chimney fireplace. So we'd be sitting in the living room, and we'd hear just this metal pounding noises coming from the chimney, and you could hear it all the way down into the fireplace. It was weird. I didn't know what it was at first, and then I went outside and looked up, and you could see they're actually pretty big. Well, I guess it depends on what type they are, but this guy was pretty big. Just sitting there up on the top, pecking at the little cover over it. It's the liner cover.
What was amazing to me was this tree sits no further than maybe 25 feet from my house. I never heard a woodpecker at all, ever. you know, so it was like, and I mow by those trees all the time. And I guess and I've even trimmed the limbs. I guess I just never bothered to look at the bark and see all these holes in it. So yeah, I'm anxiously awaiting a visit with a wood chipper so I can just have at all this crap that's now on my side lawn. So yeah. Anyway, so that was my deal. But let's stop talking about that stuff. Bobby, you shared a document with me and Richie last night, and
I did.
I love this thing. So let's just dig into the meat of this one because I love it.
So honestly, I don't even remember how this came up, like how it sprung to mind. But oh no, I know what it was. I was on TikTok. So I'm on TikTok and I'm scrolling through videos and I come across this one and it was Pokemon, and it was somebody dubbing over Pokemon, like dubbing over all the audio. And it reminded me, I was like, man, you know, why does everybody have to rip everything off? This is just a really poorly done My Way entertainment. And so do you guys remember My Way Entertainment?
No.
So what they did is they were the ones that did they did dubs of the X-Men animated series and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and all kinds of other stuff. But the most famous one they did was an episode of Transformers. No, X-Men the animated series where I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Okay, I know that.
That's where that came from.
Okay,
and so which, as we all know, ended up actually in a line in X-Men 3, which was a god-awful movie, and they destroyed the Juggernaut in that, but they threw that line in, so they got, I won't even say they got any kind of redemption out of that, because they just ruined everything with it. But so I started thinking about, I'm like, man, and that was kind of like the formative, I don't want to say the formative years of the internet, but like, we're in that weird spot where we grew up, you know, Richie and I used to play football and hockey and stuff in the neighborhood, and then we'd play Nintendo and Genesis and Super Nintendo. But we used to like hang out and do stuff before the internet was created. And then all of a sudden the internet became like, I mean, you know, I shouldn't say created, because we were, you know, it was around, but it wasn't as widespread as it is now. And like, so I remember the first time that I ever went on the internet, it was at Richie's house. And I was like, dude, what is this? And obviously, you know, we were looking at stuff we shouldn't have been looking at, but it was cool, you know, like I never knew that that you could do this stuff. It felt like the future. And so it went from that. And then, you know, I started thinking about things, and I'm like, well, what are some of the early memes that we saw, and how did they kind of affect what we see going forward? And so I wrote up a list of stuff that I remember from early internet, and I shared it with you guys, and I figured that we could run down that stuff and see how much of this stuff you guys remember, how much it was just apparently my experience, what was your experience, and what was your early internet memories, so to speak.
I mean, I'm going to tell you flat out, first and foremost, that your memory is like pretty impeccable. So because I read through the list, I'm going to pull that list back up now, and I was like, man, I just don't remember some of this stuff.
Well, again, and maybe it was just stuff that I happened to find. I know, Rich, you and I'm pretty sure that I found out about Mr. T ate my balls from you.
Probably.
So that was like an early. Do you guys remember web rings?
Yeah.
Where like it would be such and such sites are all like united, and they would all link to each other and stuff. And so like there was Mr. T ate my ball, the Mr. T ate my balls network, or no, or was it the Ate My Balls network?
Ate My Balls, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I do remember that now.
There was an Alf one. There, everyone ate balls.
Yeah, everybody and anything was eating balls.
Yep.
and
they were all just. This wasn't Photoshop, so this was either crudely drawn stuff in MS Paint or MS Paint stuff added to really bad scans, because scanning technology wasn't that good yet either. This is like early internet.
Yeah. And that was like that. I thought that was the height of entertainment. You know,
Eat my balls. Yeah. It was it was kids our age. Well, I'm guessing they were our age. You're probably a little older than us creating that stuff. So we were like the perfect. It goes back to that scene from Dark Knight Rises. Like we were, born into the internet. Like it wasn't around when, we were there. Then we came in, and then it came in.
Yeah. You merely adopted the internet.
Yeah, it's wild because you think about it now, like.
I had GeoCity sites.
We routinely we'll text each other memes or something. It's insane. I really think about that now. It's like I didn't even have my first cell phone until I was out of high school.
I was working. I had a work cell phone was my first cell phone.
Right. Yes.
I was on call. Yeah, and I had a pager before. I had the on-call pager, and I still thought that was hot shit. Like I got a pager.
Oh, I wanted a pager so bad.
I had one. I had one at the tail end of my high school. And it was one of those Best Buy $2 a month deals.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's so funny to really think. So you guys were right. I mean, we, Bobby, you said this, look, we spent time together doing stuff well before this was even a thing. It was out there. We just either weren't aware of it, didn't have access to it, whatever. But some of these, the Mr. T stuff, man, now you're starting to really trigger some memories for me. So
I also want to say the stuff that we should have been looking at. Like kids today will never know the pain of downloading a pornographic picture over dial-up. Where you're getting it slowly, and then you find out the chick's ugly or it doesn't load all the way and it stops. So it's like 3 minutes to download, and it's something that you can't even get anything out of. This is horrible,
dude. Yeah.
Oh
well. And then what was the other thing too that you would download hot chick boobs dot whatever, and then it's like a dong. It's not what it was. But you waited this whole time, and then all of a sudden it's just a big old dick.
It was like the original. It was like the original Rickroll.
Well, I remember Rickroll being a thing when I was in college. My freshman year of college, people would put on their AIM away message, be like, oh, click this link for whatever, but you could hide the URL and make it look like something else, and it would go to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. So I remember getting Rickrolled back in the 90s, and people are still doing that shit.
You mentioned downloading stuff.
Wait, hold on. Or if you weren't getting Rickrolled, you were getting meat spinned.
Oh well, yeah, that's that Matt Hill was the one that did that for us. So
or Lemon Party,
or Two Girls, One Cup,
one guy, one jar. I don't know if you remember that one, yeah. But going back to the downloading,
going. Sorry, I know we're getting.
No. I just this is a quick thing. So I know you guys will appreciate this.
.com.
The downloading stuff. And I made reference to talking about wrestling themes earlier. The first MP3s I remember downloading were wrestling themes, and I remember downloading maybe one, and I could fit it on a floppy, because it was under 1.44 megs. So, but the first MP3 put it on a floppy disk, and I'm like, I thought I was the best,
Before MP3s, we were downloading MIDI files. It was just the music stuff.
I remember doing that at school in what's her name's class, the one that hated us.
Was it the old Italian lady?
Yeah,
I can't think of her name either, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Pellerini.
Yes.
Yeah. She did not like us. To be fair, I was kind of a dick in that class.
It's really funny if you think about what the stuff we did, but thinking about downloading that, and it took forever to download. It's I got my, like you said, 3 minutes or whatever. I remember downloading some stuff because it also depended upon the host.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's your internet was crap too, but you know what? If you were downloading from a host that was crap, it might take you 30 minutes to get yourself a couple megs. I mean, it was.
Well, that was the best thing about being at college. Was being at college, you had broadband internet, and
you had legit stuff. Yeah,
you would go home for summer or for winter break and stuff, and you're like, "What the fuck? Oh my god, why do we live in the Stone Age?"
I was using, I guess, 98, 97, somewhere around there. I was downloading stuff at school. I was I forget what they called us, computer aids or whatever, but they had broadband and a CD burner. So I would go in the morning, connect to Napster, download a CD's worth of songs, then burn it.
Yeah, well, your little buddies that were computer aides with you kept on putting porn in my files, like in my internet history.
Yes.
Yeah, they kept putting it in there, and I kept getting my computer account kept on getting locked, and then I kept on getting called to the office.
Somebody put this porn in my folder.
No, I had no idea what the fuck they're like. You could either work with us or you could work against us. You're obviously incredibly skilled. And I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Video here.
No, I didn't even, dude. But that was the thing. I had no idea why the fuck they kept calling me to the office, because I never went into the folder. He was putting it in it was David Ayers and Dan Dowd kept on putting shit in my browser history or whatever, and I had no idea that it was even in there. I would have looked at it, but like I had no idea, and I kept getting in trouble. I kept on having to go down to the office, and like Mr. Wrightsey, Mr. Coleman, and then the douchebag that was the computer guy, he confronted me. He's like, "You can either work with us or against us. I don't understand why you don't choose to use your skills for good. You can help this school." And I'm like, "Dude, it's not. First of all, it's not that fucking serious. We're not the CIA. Second of all, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I'm just trying to edit gorillas in QBasic so that I can make the sky a different color and make the sun bigger."
It's so funny you talk about that, because that is a pretty atypical school computer person. I can speak from experience. But the funny thing is, the kids these days, like I get email notifications if one of our kids even attempts to look at something. So even if they type in the word porn, I get an email about it. Like where you're getting popped for, because people are throwing stuff in there. Like the access now is like so. Like we squeeze it. So
are they smart enough to use proxy servers and Tor and stuff like that?
We block the ever living dude. Even if you, like, for our networks, even if you search the word proxy, that's an automatic red flag, and you're done. I mean, it's insane.
Because the way I get around that with my work computer is I just do a reverse proxy through a little Raspberry Pi I have in the basement. Yeah. So I tunnel everything through that.
Yeah, no, we have a massive. Well, I'm the controller, so play with me. But no, that's just funny though. Going back though, because I remember of course, my computers and school experience was quite a bit different than you guys. Because I went to a small school, so we didn't really. I mean, we were on computers, but it wasn't like, anything like that.
This basic class Bob was talking about was like I guess it must have been 97, because we weren't seniors, so it was before then. And there was better stuff out there, but we were learning basic, like QBasic, not like Visual Basic has been out there, because I remember I was using that at home. And there was there was even some web stuff at the time, but we weren't doing.
Are you sure that wasn't senior year?
It may have been, but I remember it being before senior year.
I thought it was junior year, but now that I'm thinking about it, I thought, because I don't remember getting in trouble with the principal anymore after that class. And then that was so that was when they got busted for stealing computer components and stuff.
I think they were taking that.
Yeah. But anyway, let's move on to some other stuff. So,
speaking of, sorry, as we're recording, my boss texted me to take care of some kind of like random computer related thing. So I'm going to do that while we're recording.
All right.
Isn't that funny?
So go ahead. What else? What do you guys have? What else?
Yeah, Richie, you go ahead, because I'm going to listen on this one.
Gotcha. I'm looking through Bob's list, and one of the things that he doesn't have on here that there was some of the stuff may have been on Newgrounds or showed up on Newgrounds first, but Newgrounds was like that. I'm saying it like people don't know, but it was a site where you could post Flash anything. There's games, there were animations, and one of the bigger things I remember being on there was like a series of Kung Fu stick figures, where it was super detailed animation, but it was stick figures.
I remember that. I remember Newgrounds.
Yeah, I love Newgrounds.
Also had Salad Fingers, which was just a really cool
Yes, Salad Fingers. What about, do you remember xentertainment.com?
I do. In fact, I still follow him. He's still around. He's Dinosaur Dracula now.
Yeah.
But
So
what's cool about him, just he was relatively local. I think he came from North Jersey, but like he would vacation in Wildwood. So like once a year you would see people like, I know where that is. I've been there, that kind of stuff.
Well, he did so I don't remember, Tom, I don't know if you went with me on this one, but he did a series where he went to the different little shitty stores on the Atlantic City boardwalk and he found it was an ice mold of a dick. And so I, of course, had to find this thing because I was at Stockton at the time. And so I went down to the Atlantic City boardwalk and I tracked these things down and we made them. The problem being they made the head like way bigger than the shafts. You could never get the ice out without destroying the mold.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just take them and like duct tape them to people's doorknobs and shit because we were assholes. But yeah, so X Entertainment. What's the other one?
Dude, I want to go back real quick. Richie mentioned salad fingers, and I introduced my kids to the first about 20 seconds of the first episode, and then I forgot how filthy that was. Marjorie Stewart Baxter. Hubert Cumberdale.
All right, so
I
what
like
about
rusty spoons? Sorry.
Nope, you're good. So along the lines of that, where things we can't talk about, like, and we can't really get too far into this one, but the video of I can't remember. I want to say it's Doc Lewis. Is that the guy from Punch Out?
It is.
Yeah. So Doc Lewis riding the bike in the training scene for Little Mac, and they put the very racist song to the very racist lyrics to the song about him stealing the bike. Do you guys remember that one?
I remember the meme, but I don't remember that song.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Please don't.
The tune is da 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 da.
Is your dog singing along with you?
Yeah, no, that's not my dog. That's Richie's dog.
Richie's dog was singing in perfect harmony. That was awesome.
He was, yeah. I mean, he's in better pitch than me.
That was awesome.
I got the windows open, and he's probably barking at something outside.
But so we had that. We had Foamy the squirrel.
Oh, Foamy the squirrel, yes.
Homestar Runner.
Yeah, we got to have a little Homestar conversation here because I remember, Bob, you're the one that introduced me to the Homestar. And to this day, I wish I had it on me. Not that it matters because we're not doing video on this, but on my work keys, I still have a Strong Badia keychain.
Nice.
Cool. So
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's still one of my, like, I'll still bust stuff out. Oh, that was the other episode idea I had. That is we'll have to do an episode on shit we say that no one really understands, or like it completely goes over their head. Because I'll bust out like strong bad sayings all the time, and like or Homestar stuff, and nobody fucking gets it. Nobody understands. Or like the quote that stuck in my head that made me think about this was, you guys have seen Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So where Korg goes, piss off, ghosts. Like, I'll say that and nobody fucking knows what the fuck I'm talking about. So, and sometimes I say it in context, sometimes I don't. But
I think we should. That, Danielle and I always go back and forth with them whenever, whenever one of us is cold. I have this extra pair of gloves. It's a Dumb and Dumber reference, but again, a lot of people just kind of goes well over their head, so. But okay.
So if there's if I find a secret something, I'll go, oh, secret song.
Dude, you said Foamy the squirrel, and was that the what the heck was those things called? Or is that Foamy the squirrel a separate thing? Do you know what I'm talking about? What was
the animals that would super violent, and I can't think of.
Yes, what were they called?
The Happy Tree Friends.
Yes, Happy Tree Friends. Yes.
No, he wasn't a Happy Tree Friend, but I can't believe I forgot to put that on my list because
that's what I was confused because I was like, I didn't think he was, but what was I couldn't remember what they were called. Yeah.
Dude, I had a DVD of their shit for
I know you did.
And that same line that you don't have on here was the South Park guys did a dog that was hyper disgusting and violent. A princess. It was a little princess. She.
I don't remember this.
Oh, it's like you take South Park and then you times it by 1,000, and there was necrophilia. There was violence. It was good. It's great. All with the cute little dog. Like the dog's a side character. Like it's the main character. Everything's going on around him and behind him and stuff. Like the husband winds up killing the wife, I think, at one point, and then it was like, oh, it's Princess.
All right. Well, that sounds like
that's also the internet where I first saw South Park too. The Spirit of Christmas.
Spirit of Christmas.
Yeah. On real video, like a little tiny size.
Yeah, remember how terrible real video was?
Yeah. Oh boy, oh god.
Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass. For the first time I found that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. And it's so tame now. So tame.
It's funny. I'm glad you said that. Talking about being tame, because you really think about like some of the stuff now. And I don't mean maybe in the sense of being tame, but you were talking earlier about stuff just being like, I guess, really stupid, right? TikTok, and like that seems to be a thing now. But like the stuff that we grew up with too. I mean, that's all it was like a lot of it was just sheer fun stupidity. None of that's really changed. It's just different, and maybe we just don't understand it. But the stuff that we're talking about now is just, I don't know. I guess because it was in our formative years, so it's in our wheelhouse. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and I remember like, when I was in the Air Force, I was the young guy in the shop. So I'm showing all these old guys like all this funny shit on the internet. Like, before the internet, the IT department got their WebSense stuff going. So I'm showing them stuff like that Papa Smurf kind of lick your ass. Do you guys remember that video?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I can't even mention a Smurf and not think about that. I mean, come on.
Right? Like, and apparently, was it a real song?
I think it was like I had to be, right? Like a
little Kim, maybe.
I mean,
no, but here's the thing, like all three of us grew up on the Smurfs. That was a cartoon in our childhood.
Yeah.
And
it was like
right.
cereal.
The Smurfs were like they were a very wholesome whatever. And then that came out. And everything about the Smurfs in my childhood, even when I go through and I still have pretty much everything from my childhood just in random boxes. And occasionally I will find things like random little Smurf figurines. And I can't look at them because that's all I think about.
Do you have the Smurfette one? Do you have the Smurfette one lick Papa Smurf's ass when you find it?
I need to find them because that's exactly what I'm going to do.
That needs to be your profile picture.
I'm sure that I don't know. It just cracks me up because it's like you have this thing that's like, the wholesome thing from your childhood, and then that comes out and everything's erased. Yep. It's like the red thing from Men in Black, just done. Memory gone.
You're talking about the little figures. Another thing that we can add to the. Have you ever the G.I. Joe PSAs?
Yes.
They just released figures of them for April Fools. Like they made back rub,
butter massage,
and but it was just the Super 7 figures, little reaction guys. So they look like Star Wars figures.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fucking cool.
And along the same lines as that, the uncensored or the outtakes for Thundercats.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
I actually have come across that because I was a big Thundercats fan.
Yeah, it's just like cussing. It's just the same as like the PSAs or the I'm the Juggernaut bitch, but it's with the Thundercats.
Right.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Yep. Oh,
That's
man.
funny. That's funny. Well, I just saw some outtakes last night from Mean Gene Okerlund.
I saw them on YouTube too. I was watching some of them.
Yeah, they had the one where I forget how it came across, but for some reason he said, "Oh yeah, you must have a tiny dick," and then they put up the graphic on the screen that says Gene Tiny Dick Okerlund.
This is unreal, kind of related, but the Botchamania. Every time they play the they do Taz's entrance, but they put it over an Oompa Loompa coming out of the wall of Willy Wonka. It's great. Then they go into this bad commentary where he's fucking up. Yeah.
I mean, is it show me the lie?
Yeah.
No, you know what? No, I'm not going to say that because I don't want Taz to kill me, because Taz will kill me. He's in Florida a lot now, and he can hunt me down.
We're gonna get Hookhausen soon too.
I hope so.
And maybe Danhausen won't turn into a jobber.
Dude, I don't know. Didn't they have him do the job to Tony Nese in like 15 seconds the other night?
Yes. And then before that, he was supposed to wrestle someone, and that match never happened.
I think he'll be okay. His gimmick's strong enough to where he rises above the jobber level, and no matter what he does.
Well, I got really excited in more ways than one when Sky Blue came on, and they turned her into a jobber rather quick.
Yeah, they did. They did with her. I'm a fan of Sky Blue.
I don't know. My thing with Danhausen is that like he's already made his brand.
Yeah.
Prior, so even if they do, like they did low card him, like he'll be fine, for the rest of his career. Like to me, he'll never be like they could book him as a jobber, but he would never actually be a jobber. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But based on who he is.
I still want to see him do more than.
It's like I'm not saying it's like the crap booking WWE did to Cesaro for all those years.
Yeah.
Until they stuck him with Sheamus and they made this really cool tag team. And then they broke the bar up, and then it's basically Cesaro doing crap again. Like, insanely strong wrestler will never be a jobber, in my opinion, even though that's basically, unfortunately, what he was doing. He was having guys go over him because he was the stronger wrestler trying to build people up. So, I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping that they don't. I'm hoping that they don't make him a jobber, even though. But I mean, that being said, I don't think he deserves to have the main strap on him. But you give him like a TNT title or something like that, like give him that. Put him in a trios with, I don't know, with Orange Cassidy and Trent.
Well, they kept bringing him out with the best friend, so you thought he was going to wind up there.
Yeah.
Just stopped for whatever reason.
Well, Orange Cassidy's having surgery, right?
Oh, yeah, he hurt his arm.
And here's the thing too, like you have these like a gimmick like him is so strong that you don't necessarily need to worry about I guess because it's early, right, for his booking right now.
He might still be. I mean, he was had that broken leg for a while too, so he might still be not cleared all the way or something too. So that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well could be. That's why I said like I don't know. That's a toss up for me on that one. I'm not a very, I don't know.
You're not scared, is what you're saying?
No, not at all. Yeah. No,
I want them to sign Effie, and I want them to bring Gatanic Panic to AEW, because that was their tag team was Gatanic Panic. So on the Indies,
they might.
That'd be cool. I'd be with it. I don't know. I don't know if they can do that in Florida, but we'll see.
Actually, that would be a good thing for Florida. They'd be like super over as heels. And,
All right. So speaking of heels, how about the end of the world?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, enlighten us, because I don't remember that either.
That's the one where they're like, it's like talking about what happens if there's a nuclear war, and then they go, and the famous line from it is the French, and they're like, "Oh shit! Holy shit, guys!
And
Fire the missiles!
Yeah, the
But
cigarette.
I am tired. Well, then take a nap and then fire the missiles."
I'm watching the video. Well, looking at the video now. This is definitely something that I've seen before. It's just so long ago.
That and like the Mario twins. Do you remember the Mario twins?
No.
All right, I'm gonna look that one up because I don't.
Oh
remember
my
that
god, you won't believe it. These two some of the bitches look so much like the same goddamn person.
Yeah, that crap that was drawn in paint. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember the Numa Numa kid. You have him on the list.
Numa Numa, Charlie the Unicorn.
Oh yeah. So I'm looking up the. Oh yeah, that's right. The Mario Twins one was on a. Did you mention albino black sheep earlier?
Holy shit! I completely forgot about albino black sheep.
Yeah, it was like a Newgrounds type thing.
Yeah,
you had a whole...
black sheep was great. Somethingawful.com, which was not good at all.
Well, they had really good video game reviews. Like there's people that like started there that went on the Games Radar, whatever fuck it's called now. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Got there, start doing reviews there. That's where I first found out about some ROM hacks and stuff like that, because they used to do like a ROM hack Friday thing or something.
I'd be curious to see like some of these early meme people, what happened. Yeah, like what happened to their careers afterward. Not that they had a career back then. They were obviously kids or they were whatever. They were just messing around. But obviously they had some talent doing something that they had two things. Like one, they had the skills back then, which a lot of people did not have. And two, they found a way to entertain people, which is that's quite an accomplishment. So I'd be curious to see what happened to them.
Well, so along those same lines too, we had what the hell was he? That leprechaun. The leprechaun of Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, it could be a leprechaun.
I say that
could be a crackhead.
I say that shit all the time. Could be a crackhead. Got hold to the wrong stuff, and people look at me like they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
A leprechaun flute.
Yeah, there was the dude is like, this here. It was a piece of PVC pipe with a joint on it, and he's like, "This here is a leprechaun flute that was passed down from my great grandfather who was Irish." It's like, motherfucker.
Oh, it's so good. It really that is quite possibly the greatest news segment of all time. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, then they did the artist depiction of the thing, and it was just like a little smiley face, pretty much.
We made a shirt out of that.
Yeah. We put that on a t-shirt.
Yes, we did. Oh man,
that was back in the day. So back when all of this stuff was going on,
I like the one too with they're hide your kids, hide your sister.
Oh yeah, Antoine Dodson.
That's it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That was a little bit later, but that was still fucking.
Yeah, when was that?
That was like between 2008 and 2012, I think, because that was on Tosh.0, wasn't it?
Tosh helped popularize. That
was 2010.
God of all
Texas. Good job. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that recent. Huh.
He helped popularize God of all Texas too. And do you quack like a duck when you fuck? That video, that guy's somebody singing up on a stage and a biker, he's wearing a thong, and some biker comes up and starts playing with his thing while he sings this song.
What the fuck?
It's great song. Can you quack like a duck? I think is the name of the song. I can't remember. But it's Goat and Your Mom, God of all Texas, and I forget what the mom stands for.
Oh, I don't know any of that. The things from Tosh that I remember is Antoine Dodson, the "Oh Lord God Us a Fire," and then the "Let Me Smell Your Dick" song, and "I'm a Banana." And what was the other one? There was one more. And then there was like the hood. I want to do hood rat things with my hood rat friends. Oh, that Krispy Kreme kid.
Oh,
the white rapper that was like all right. So remember on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia how they had the one early episode where it was Sweet D's dating a retarded person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly certain that episode could have been taken based off of this guy's real life. And I'm not saying that to make fun of him, but I feel like he was like developmentally challenged. And him and his friend were like white rappers, and they put out all kinds of SoundCloud and YouTube crap, and then they got on Tosh, and it was terrible.
There was also Symphucus. It was a progeria kid who was a rapper. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Are we going to go towards Adelia? Is that what you're worried about? What?
What's that?
Odelia Rose. That was another progeria kid.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. No. Nope. I remember. Nope. We're not doing that. That's off the playlist.
And then of course you got Chris Chan.
I don't know who that is.
Who?
I don't know Chris Chan. Okay. It was a very well, he first got famous for he would walk a mall or sit in a mall with a sign next to him saying he was looking for a boyfriend-free girlfriend or boyfriend-free girl of a certain age. He had like this big list of things. And it turns out he was just, he was, I guess, a highly functional autistic kid. But of course, early 4chan got involved and basically wrecked this guy's life. Like, they were trolling him and stuff. There's actually a really great, fantastically done. Like, the guy did it super professional. 30-some part documentary series of him on YouTube. Where you can follow it from the beginning to today. Yeah, they got trolls got videos of him having sex with rubber dolls, doing weird dances and stuff.
What the fuck? Why would they do this to this poor guy?
Because again, this was early 4chan. 4chan is still bad, but this was like the beginnings of 4chan. So this is like late 90s, early 2000s.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yep. Christian.
All right,
Chandler. He also created Sonichu, a Sonic and Pikachu mashup that he's created cartoons and comic books of. Again, drawn by a severely autistic. Yeah.
Okay. So let's bring it back to the light side here. How about Joe Cartoon? Do you guys remember Joe Cartoon at all?
Joe Cartoon. No, and that was funny. Like I said, I dug through the list this morning, I guess, and no, I don't remember this one.
So Joe Cartoon was the little flash animations where it was like there was like the frog in the blender and the gerbil in the microwave.
I remember. I'm looking at the gerbil now. I remember them, and you clicked on various parts of them to
Right. So I went to visit Ryan Barney at LaSalle our freshman year. And there's the one where the guy's spanking a monkey, and it's like there's the different levels, and there's like, ooh yeah, you like it when I spank my monkey and stuff like that. And then there's
you can go to joecartoon.com and it has all of them there. Gerbil in a microwave, LeBron in a blender.
Well, so I'm at Ryan's. He got up and went to class, and I slept because that's what I do. And so I woke up and I'm ready to drive back to Stockton. And I go on his computer before I leave, and I go on Joe Cartoon, and I go to the spanking the monkey thing, and I put it on the one, like, I don't know if it was either 8 or 9, because there's 10 levels. And on the 10th level, it always destroys whatever he's doing. So I think I did 8, because he's still like saying shit, and he's like, oh yeah, you like it when I spank my monkey, you like watching me spank my monkey, you're a monkey lover. And then the monkey's going and you hear the slapping too. So I put it on that, and I turned the volume all the way up, and I left. And Ryan didn't get back from class for I think 8 hours. So for 8 hours his neighbors were listening to the sounds of a monkey getting smacked.
So here you go. I pulled Wikipedia, and this is a fun one. You ready for this one? This is a good line.
Yeah.
As far as a historical perspective, Joe Cartoon. The cartoons were broadcast on G4 as part of their Happy Tree Friends and Friends Evening, and Joe Cartoon was in the top 10 on iTunes for several months. Looks like they said it was taken down in 2010, moved over to YouTube. Website returned in May of 2012. I just think it's cool that it was part of the Happy Tree Friends and Friends Evening. That's pretty neat.
Yes, which we should probably talk about the Happy Tree Friends, since we've mentioned them a couple times.
Yeah, I mean they were damn popular. I mean,
yeah. So, Rich, do you remember them at all?
I mean, just seeing them on G4 more than anything else, and yeah, just overly violent cartoons with animals.
Yeah, little cute, like fluffy animals, and then they would just get ripped to shreds by the end of the episode.
It's almost like the Happy. What the hell were they called in South Park? The ones with the satanic.
Oh yeah, the
Critter Christmas, Happy Critter Christmas, or something like that.
Yeah, the Christmas critters.
Yeah,
dude, that was freaking horrifying.
Blood orgy.
Blood orgy. Yeah. Why did we say blood orgy at the same time? Yeah. All right, so around that same time, do you guys remember a show that is actually streaming on Paramount Plus right now? It used to be on MTV called Wonder Chosen.
I have. Think I have the DVDs of that. That's the puppet one, right?
Yeah,
they do have the DVD sets, and one of them has the fur on the DVD set. Yes.
Tom, do you remember that show at all?
What was that one?
Wonder Chosen.
Wonder Chosen. Yes, I do. Yeah. I do now.
I still have. I have a reaction imager folder, and I got the little black kid saying that's racist with the imagery and stuff popping around. That's racist.
Dude, yeah, that show was fucked up. I don't even know how that got put on the air. Like, it was like because the one segment they had was called Beat Kids. Beat kids,
right.
beat kids.
That's
beat.
right.
Or kids beat. Well,
it's
whatever.
Kids beat, yeah, the kids beat news, yes.
All right, well, fucking, you know what? It's been a while. I did watch it the other night on Paramount Plus. But it was and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe this is because they found and killed God on the episode that I watched. Jesus fuck. Oh my god. So we didn't even get to the ones that were really the one that made our art for the episode today. The badger mushroom, which I don't remember what the fuck website that was on.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
It may have had its own.
Let's see. Let's go to Know Your Meme, which is always a great website.
See, now that's not the first Badger thing I think of. I like the Honey Badger.
Badger was Newgrounds.
Newgrounds.
That was Newgrounds. Okay.
Yes.
That one. Weeble and Bob was a funny sight to me. With the lion song.
It's funny you say that because the Weeble was the one that was the first person to publish the Badger.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
September 1, 2003.
Okay.
Yep.
And then there was the dude, the slithery little snake guy that had the little snake hat. Oh, I'm a snack. My slithery little snack. That shit cracked me up. The You're the Man Now dog web ring. Which I don't even know what website or what movie that line is from.
That is from the one where he takes care of a black kid. I forget what it's called. It wasn't a good, well, I didn't think it was that great, but yeah.
But yeah, so there was that where it was literally just a picture of Sean Connery.
Over and over again. You're the man now, dog. You're the man now, dog.
And so that was fun to mess with people. But we mentioned earlier, we didn't talk about peanut butter jelly time.
Oh, dude,
jelly time.
That's actually my location in on my Twitter. You guys realize that, right? My Twitter profile.
Hold on. Now I'm going to Twitter to look at this because
you got to see my location.
Okay. All right. Let's see. My location.
Peanut butter jelly.
Are you watching peanut butter jelly with baseball bat? Where are you at? Okay. All right.
See, I like to interject some things in my.
All right. I don't even remember what mine is. Mine used to be. Let me see. What is it now? Does not say. It used to be in the trash where I belong.
Yeah, you don't need to put that anymore.
Yeah. So I changed that. But
it's funny. We were talking about early stuff on the internet, and we'd be remiss if we were talking about this again. It's kind of obnoxious, but the hamster dance, because it. Hold on a second. It sprung. Do you guys remember like the dancing Jesus and all that?
Dancing Jesus.
Stuff? You don't remember all that stuff, like I
remember the dancing baby.
Yeah, like all that crap. Yeah, dancing baby. That was kind of like around the same time as The funny thing is the other thing too, like we've mentioned all this stuff. No one mentioned Nyan Cat. That's another.
Yeah. That the cat that shot the rainbow out its ass, right?
Yeah. It's and very repetitive. But here's the thing, like they're all very similar. That's the thing. I think that's the whole point. It's supposed to be very annoying, very it gets stuck in your head. It's an earworm.
What was the other one? There's another one that was similar to that one that I'm trying to remember.
All your base are belong to us.
Yes.
Thank you.
All your base. All your base.
I believe I still have that song.
I looked for it and it came up and it's like, oh my god, stuff flooding back. Bert's Evil. BirtisEvil.com with like Osama bin Laden and shit.
Yes. BirtisEvil.com. Oh my god. Tom, are you familiar with that shit at all?
I am not, actually. That's why I didn't have any reaction whatsoever.
So after 9/11, this site was up before 9/11.
Oh yeah, 1997 is when it first came out. Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Rich, was Bert used in the picture with the terrorists before or after 9/11?
Oh, it was after. It says that as I'm reading here, and it's things took a turn for bizarre after September 11th, as one of those Bert stood next to Bin Laden in the thing. That's great. I remember there was pictures of him with Hitler and stuff. Going back to the computer stuff, there was the only person at the school I remember not getting along with was one of the librarians, and I forget why she didn't like us, but I added there was Bert with Hitler, and I added her picture next to it, and I made it remember when Windows 95 would start up, you'd get that Windows 95 screen?
Yes.
You could change them to whatever you wanted it to. So I made the computers in the library have that picture on start up.
Oh man.
Which would probably get me expelled today, just having her with Hitler, but I think nothing came of it back then.
Yeah, you probably get a few days suspension. I don't know. Expulsion's tough. That's a tough one.
We seem to like Nazis again, so I guess it's okay. Depends where you are.
Actually, Danielle and I were talking about this one earlier. Warcraft, and there's two different ones too.
Finding Forrester, by the way, was that You're the Mandal dog movie.
Okay.
A writer and tutors a young black student.
The dub over of Avenue Q on Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
The internet is for porn.
That's true. I forgot.
And then the Leroy Jenkins thing too was another.
Leroy Jenkins.
That was hilarious, and I remember the debate on whether or not that was real, that went on for how long that some people probably still don't know whether it's real or not.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way I understood that was the original video was supposed to be like a mock-up of what actually happened. That's what I understood it to be. But
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, apparently there was a lot of stuff that like they were saying that you couldn't actually do in the game, so they knew like people were able to say like, no, this wasn't real because they said this and this, but you can't do this and this at this part. I don't know, but yeah, like I heard it was like them basically making fun of some dude that would pull stupid shit like that. Rich, you have any info on that one?
No, I just remember the video when it came out.
Do you guys remember Kingdom of Loathing?
That sounds like I know that name. Why do I know that name?
So it was an RPG. You might know it from there's a game on the Switch eShop called West of Loathing, and it's all done in like stick figure artwork, and it's an RPG, and you could play it online, and you could play it for free in your browser, but if you played for free, you could only do so much. Like it was on a timer, kind of like a precursor to our modern cell phone games, where like you can play so much for free and then you have to wait for the timer to cool down, and then you could do more stuff, or you could pay real money and you could do more. But it was really funny. Like it had a really unique humor to it, and I remember playing that in the early 2000s. That it was, like I said, it was all web based. I wish I remembered my login and stuff. It may still be up now, but it was pretty funny.
There was also, I was just thinking back the other, there was bonsai cats, where it was like instead of a tree, you would put cats in the jars and let them grow into bonsai cats, like there were cubes and stuff. Then it was just all, photo manipulated crap.
Okay. All right. Do you remember? And I'm sure it's still around now, but I don't remember. There was that. What was that game? It was almost like 3D Pong, but you could move the paddle and it would knock the ball as it was going up, and like you could put curve on it and stuff. Do you guys remember that game?
No, I remember Pong Combat, where it was like Pong with Mortal Kombat moves you could do.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Was it called Curveball or Swerve Ball?
I don't know, but I just got into a list of old image memes, and yeah, I don't want to say a couple of these.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was called Curveball 3D.
Curveball 3D. I don't remember that.
Yeah. Or no, that must be a remake of it. Let me see. I can't remember what it was, but it was really cool. There was that, and then there was Snood, of course. Everybody played Snood.
Yeah.
And then, but do you guys remember that Tetris game that came out and it was all like naked people?
No, but I remember some really good Quake and Doom mods.
Like the old Barney mod on
yeah,
Doom.
But there was one. I think it was a Quake Total Conversion, where you fired it was dildos at people, and they actually had it animated where it would, of course, go their asses and
That's awesome.
I forget what it was. It had a stupid name too, like I don't know, like Penis Quake. It was something dumb. I forget exactly what it was. Yeah.
Penis Quake.
Something stupid like that. Yeah, but I mean, somebody spent a lot of time on this conversion.
Is somebody you?
No. I played it, but I didn't.
Oh, my mom just texted me that apparently my debit card got compromised,
Oh
and,
no.
Yeah, so I forgot that was the card that I had my Netflix account on, and my mom uses my Netflix account. So she's like, "Yo, if you need money to pay for Netflix, I'll give it to you, but you can't just cut your mom off like that." So
Oh no.
I'm gonna fix that when we get
Yeah.
done here. But no, yeah, my freaking card got. I think what it was is I ordered a couple things, and one of them it did a $0 hold for Google, but I don't remember ordering anything through Google. So I said I didn't recognize that. My bank's like, "Oh, okay, good. We're gonna cancel your card and send you a new one." I'm like, God damn it. So I went up and got a new one. I gotta fix that over. But so yeah, but no, so Dildo Quake. Do you remember? All right, there were some really, really bad ROM hacks for the NES. Tom, I think you know which one I'm talking about. The Super Mario Brothers 2 one.
Oh, yeah.
With all the white supremacists.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one, Rich?
No.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god, it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even going to discuss it. Just if you want to see something horrifying, go look that up.
The unfortunate thing is, it looks so good because it was so easy to hack based on the color scheme. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's a very light color scheme.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not good.
No, not at all. But yeah, I downloaded when I saw the Dreamcast and you could make the boot discs and the emulator. Like I had Nesticle for the Dreamcast, and you could you could just boot up whatever Nintendo games you wanted, and I downloaded on LimeWire, one of those services. It said it was every Nintendo game ever made, and that was one of the games that was in. There were a couple of ROM hacks. There was that Samari, which was it put Mario into the 8-bit Sonic the Hedgehog, stuff like that. Like there was all kinds of weird ROM hacks. There was the River City Rampage one where, or River City Ransom. Yeah, River City Ransom or River City Rampage. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's River City Ransom's the game.
Yeah, River City Ransom.
Yeah,
but they changed it so that all of the weapons were like dildos and stuff. And whenever you would hit somebody, they would say shit or piss. And then all the girls in the shops were all naked. And it was kind of funny. It was definitely funny beating somebody with a dildo. And that's why Saints Row is a thing.
This is true.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably the Postal series too was like that too, especially the first couple of them.
See, I never played any of the Postal games.
I did. They're yeah.
They were okay. I mean, now I wouldn't go back to them, but
yeah, no, Richie, you're dead on. They were great for the time, but yeah, now I can't imagine playing them. Definitely over the top for what they were then.
Somebody leaked. I think it was video. I don't think it's the full thing, but there's a version of Duke Nukem Forever that was supposed to come out. Obviously, I mean, it was in production for 15 years, but somebody has an earlier version of it than the one that came out. And that's something that I don't know if I would go back and play that again just because I don't know. I remember playing the one that actually came out, and it wasn't terrible. Just, again, it was past its time.
I remember getting to a certain point and then just being like, okay, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Bob, what was the Duke Nukem release for the Switch? World Tour, or what was that called?
You know, I don't remember.
They released a retro one that was like the 64 version, but it wasn't called Duke Nukem 64 for the Switch. It was like that.
Right.
That was I played it again within the last couple of years. That was playable.
Yeah, the first two games are good. I just, like I said, I wouldn't go back to.
Yeah, beyond that. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I bought Duke Nukem Forever because we had waited forever for it.
Me too. I bought the special edition with all the stuff that was marked down to $5 like 2 months later. So I probably should have waited. I paid full price.
Get out, really?
Yeah. I pre-ordered it. Like, it's coming out for real. I'm going to pre-order this.
No.
It's got like a bust and a deck of cards and stuff. It was a good. I don't know. I liked it. Like the stuff in there anyway, not the game itself.
Yeah, the game was not fantastic. You know, I again, I remember getting there and getting the game and playing it and just being like, all right, this is special. And I played it for so long, and it just, I got to a certain point and I just didn't, I stopped playing it. I just couldn't bring myself to continue. And again, it's not that it was really a bad game. It's just the time had passed, I guess, is the easiest way to say it.
Yeah, then it happens.
So
it came out after BioShock.
Yeah, and
not as good as BioShock.
I mean, yeah, once you've played BioShock to go back to Duke Nukem, it's kind of like, oh, really? Okay. Which BioShock isn't even, like, I'm not a huge BioShock fan. I loved Infinite. BioShock Infinite was great. Although I completely forgot how fucking racist that game was when I went.
No, well, I mean.
So, no. So the game itself wasn't racist. Yeah. The bad guys were super fucking racist. But I forgot about that. And so Peyton wanted to see, my friend Eddie has a Songbird statue up on his bookshelf. And Peyton was like, what's that? I was like, oh, it's from a game called BioShock Infinite. And he's like, well, can I see it? I'm like, I don't know, bud. All right, fine. And so like one day I'm like, all right, let me start up a new game of BioShock Infinite. So I started up and I'm starting to play it with him sitting there. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh shit, I forgot about that. And I forgot exactly how fucking racist the bad guys are.
Like it's the very beginning too, I think. We're like, throw this rock at them. Like what?
Right. Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not gonna throw a rock. No. I
still don't think that's as bad as one of those Call of Duty games has you going through an airport shooting at people.
Yeah, it was Call of Duty.
I'm done.
Was Modern Warfare 2, I think. It was 2. And you can go through it and not shoot anybody.
Yeah.
That's what I did. But I was also horrified that was even like, why would you put, besides shock value, why would you put that in there?
That was the whole point, the shock value. You know,
but it was in such poor taste.
Yeah, it was.
Like, Tom, have you played any of the Modern Warfare games?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I touched a COD game maybe once in the last 15 years. That's not my cup of tea. I just don't like those games at all. Okay.
So I really liked the Modern Warfare 1. I really liked it. It was, to me, very realistic in its depiction of things as far as what a video game can do.
Right.
So I enjoyed that aspect of it. 2 felt the need to try to push it, and we're not giving any spoilers away. Everybody has, everybody that's going to play this game has fucking played it at this point. You're undercover with the Russians at a Russian airport, and they're doing a false flag operation as Americans. They've been instructed. The mission's called No Russian, and they've been instructed to only speak in English, and so they're going through and murdering men, women, and children, civilians. And you can either go through it and kill people, or you can go through it and not kill people. And if you attack the people you're with, they kill you automatically. There's no penalty for not killing anybody, but then you're just walking through, watching innocent men, women, and children getting gunned down. And yeah, it's a video game.
Right.
But there's still, like that, there was just no need for that. And they do, to the developers' credit, and it's hard for me to give them any kind of credit when they did that. But they do let you skip it with no penalty. You don't miss any achievements or anything like that. You can still get 100% on the game. But it's still just, it was so unnecessary. If you're going to put in the option to let people just completely skip the level doesn't need to be in the game. In my opinion.
Right. No, I get you. Yeah, no, like I said, it's a preference thing for me. I just don't care for those games at all. So,
yeah.
you know.
I had people. We were actually doing LAN parties with people at work. So like, oh, I'll pick it up for that. And I tried playing through the single player, and that's when they have like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm done with this one.
Yeah, like I beat it, and like I really enjoy. Like I said, I really enjoyed the first one, and I really enjoyed what I really enjoyed was the multiplayer in the first one. Until it got to the point where people were doing it basically as a profession, and then it was like no fun to play because you'd be walking down a hallway and a grenade would just pop over the wall and blow you up, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like, it was just ridiculous. People were memorizing the maps, and then it got even worse with the second one.
I tried playing Counter-Strike once, and I got killed like 5 seconds into it. Like, this isn't fun. I'm gonna go back to my Half-Life.
I did really enjoy playing the Call of Duty online. I did really like that because the perks and how you level up and stuff, and you can build your guys and everything. But the last one that like multiplayer that was like a first person shooter kind of deal, because it wasn't first, it was third person, was Gears of War. In Gears of War, it was either 2 or 3. I liked playing Horde mode. And then in Halo, and I think it was ODST or Reach, I liked playing I forget, it might have been called Horde mode in that too, but it's basically you versus waves of enemies. It's like you and other people on your team versus waves of enemies. And in Gears 3, they called it, they did one where you were a bad guy. Like you were one of the I forget what they called them, but you played as one of the enemies, and it was you could beat all these different enemies as you leveled up. You could purchase like a higher class of enemy until you could be the big locusts, like, and you could kill people like that. That was really cool too.
All right, I think we've I don't know, Bobby, Richie, what do you guys think? I think we covered up pretty much a good part of the early internet memes. I'm sure we missed several.
Yeah,
but I think
but that's what our social media is for, so people can tell us what we missed.
That's right. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys have any last ones to close off with, or
the Blair Witch? Do you guys remember when the Blair Witch Project first came out? When that movie first came out, and like they had everybody was saying, "Oh, it's real, it's real, it's real," and they had the website, because that was my eye-opening moment to the fact that not everything on the internet was real, and that people who wanted to make fake shit could make it look real. And so when that movie came out, before I saw it, I remember going on the internet and going to the website and being like, I go to Alta Vista, is the Blair Witch real? And I brought up the Blair Witch website and I went to it. I'm like reading these like newspaper articles, like, holy shit, this fucking thing's real. And then driving home with an open knife on the seat next to me, because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill that thing. If it comes after me, I'm gonna fucking kill it.
I just like how you searched for it on Alta Vista.
Huh?
I just like how you searched for it on Alta Vista.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I mean, Google wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
It's like Alta Vista, Ask Jeeves, or like Dogpile. You know?
Yeah.
Or Yahoo, but nobody fucking used Yahoo.
No.
Web crawler, yeah. What was the? Wasn't there? What was the purple one?
I don't remember the purple one. I remember Alta Vista though.
Yeah, Alta Vista. I remember Alta Vista being my homepage for a long time.
Yeah.
But
and you brought up AIM windows earlier, your AIM away messages.
I do. I miss AIM away messages. I wish I could use them now. Like, I think we should bring them back.
There you go.
I was sad when AIM went away. That made me sad.
Facebook.
I don't like
not Facebook. I'm sorry, MySpace. That was the one I was.
Yes, I want MySpace back and Instant Messenger, and that's the hill I will die on.
That's what'll make you happy.
That'll make me happy.
I think they should just bring theme songs into Facebook, and then there you go.
I would give me more customization, and then I'm good. That's all.
I think Tom should buy Twitter instead of Elon Musk.
I can't afford it, Rich.
No.
I mean, listen, I think that Tom should buy it too. Tom got a sweet ass deal on MySpace though. How much was I forget? They actually talked about on the It's Always Sunny podcast.
He made $900 million on that deal.
Yeah,
something like that. Nine or 950. But
yeah, it was some ridiculous amount of money.
And we never really heard from him again, so he's just kind of faded away.
Genius. It's a genius move.
Yeah, as opposed to Notch, the guy that did MySpace or Minecraft rather, and sold to Microsoft.
Notch,
became a Nazi.
Yeah, because he was a douchebag.
Yep.
And on that note, make sure you check. Choked on some spit there. Make sure you check us out. Fuck you. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, at doublewidecoffin.com, at noisebrigadepod.com. Buy some merch. Give Tom, Richie, and I some money. And till next time.
Anything?
No, I got nothing.
I'm still recording. I was hoping for a good finish.
I was trying to think of something good to say, but I couldn't. So I guess I'll just say Thai bananas.
Harley Smith ate my balls.